Rogers TV.
Good evening, everybody. How are you doing out there in TV land tonight? It's your boy DC, and this is Out of the Fog. We're a local matters bop that goes right across the province and around the world, letting you know who's cool and what's going on. Tonight is no exception. We have three incredible guests I'm so excited for you to meet. Crystal Queer is an icon in our community. From events to raging the stage, you're going to meet and hear all about where we are with St. John's Pride upcoming and the incredible things that Crystal Queer does. And then next up, it is Clara from the Alt Hotel, part of the Germain Hotels family, a national brand, Canada First, and Newfoundland downtown loving with the Alt Hotel. And you're going to hear all about what she has to say about family business and downtown and how to keep it amazing. She has big ideas. And then finally, it's Anthony from the ECMAs, which rolled through last week. We're talking highlights, this and that, and the amazing artistic community that we got going on and the fun we had thanks to the incredible Rogers sponsorship that led us on that red carpet. We had a blast. You'll see and hear all about that tonight on Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and I love hanging with the all-stars. And here comes a queen. Crystal Queer, what is up?
Hi, Donnie. How are you? How's your day?
Doing so great. Doing life is better now that you're hanging out on the couch.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thanks for coming.
Definitely.
I mean, you're like Carmen Sandiego's beautiful sister, jet-setting all over the place. Where are you off to after you leave here?
As soon as we are finished here today, Donnie, we are headed to Labrador for some shows. So I literally have a little under 2 hours right now until our flight leaves. So, you know, we're going to hustle, we're going to finish up, take all of this off, because I don't think they're going to let me through security looking like this. It certainly don't match my ID today. And yeah, we're going to Labrador to do some shows all weekend.
That's amazing. Now listen, is the gorgeous and incredible Ophelia D in the wings?
Ophelia Delight is coming, yes, absolutely. She's here today with me.
I love it.
As I said, straight to the airport. So we said, let's make a pit stop on the way.
Yes.
And then up in the air we go.
I love it, amazing.
Yes.
So listen, I want to give you your flowers because running an events-based business as an entrepreneur is no joke.
No, it certainly isn't.
And being one of the forefront entertainers and organizers and advocates in our community is also the business.
Definitely, definitely.
So I want to ask you, what led you into this incredible journey of not only performance arts, but entrepreneurialism as well?
Absolutely. So, you know, it's a drag in such a small community. It's harder to get some opportunities and so on. So I started out my drag journey in Toronto a number of years ago.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and I was busy there and so on. And then when I moved back east, I kind of seen things at a bigger picture and really what you can do for the community, for yourself, you know, financially and just growth as an entertainer and so on. And as I said, you know, being in such a small community, the opportunities are less and less, you know. So being a businesswoman, I decided let's start CQ Events, let's create queer art, let's, you know, give the community more opportunities to go out and to express themselves. And yeah, it's been since 2019 that I did CQ Events. We do traveling shows now all throughout the island and beyond. You know, we're everywhere. Like in June, we are all over the place. We're in Clarenville, Bay Roberts, Bonavista, Vista, Fogo. And it's really cool to see drag be so celebrated all across the island, and just so cool to see an empire created, you know?
Oh, well, you're doing that.
Thank you.
No
Thank
doubt.
you.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I have some good friends. John, a friend of mine in Bonavista, he and his husband love when you guys flow through because
Definitely.
you put the place up.
We do, and it's because I'm from Bonavista as
Oh,
well.
you are? I didn't
Yeah, so I grew
know.
up in Bonavista. So for me,
Amazing.
going back there and to bringing where I am now in life back to my
Yes.
community where I grew up to, you know, the smaller communities, they appreciate it so much because they don't get it. And, you know, we're also exposing a community to different art and, you know, to promote inclusion and so on. So Bonavista is one of my favorite shows because all of my family go. My mother is always front row. All of my aunts, cousins, bullies from high school who now pay to see me.
Right? Don't you love that?
Absolutely. It's like a full
Love
180,
that.
you know? So yes, so John actually takes very good care of us whenever we go, and he's such a good supporter of myself and the queer community, you know? So it's amazing.
That's amazing. I love to hear that. I didn't know Bonavista was a place for you. I
Yeah.
love it out there.
Yeah, Bonavista native, did high school there, left after, and you know, it's certainly grown over the last few years for tourism, and now it's a little hub on the island, right?
I know.
Yeah,
You
it's
might go
pretty
back
great.
someday and maybe put a route down. You never know.
Hopefully, you don't know.
You don't know, but you're too
Maybe.
busy traveling around entertaining the masses.
Always on the go. Girls on the go is what we actually call our traveling show, and it's literally that, right? So we go from one town one day to the next town the next day, and balancing that with our day jobs, it's quite a journey, and you know, it's quite a schedule for sure, but it's all worth it.
Oh, of course it is. I mean, look at where you are now.
Definitely.
Think back to where you started. Could you ever have hoped that it would become what it has?
You know, it was always the mission to have drag so celebrated and respected across the island. And, you know, now in St. John's and in the whole province, we have, I would say, up near 100 entertainers, you know, and a lot of them are working regularly. You know, we've had a couple of girls now who've gone off to bigger things with Canada's Drag Race and
That's
so
right,
on.
yeah.
So, you know, always being from Newfoundland and always having less opportunities and being looked at as a little bit of a slower province with the times and stuff, it's really cool to see where queer art is now in our province, and it's just inspiring to do better and to, you know, always be on your A game and just to help the community grow.
I love it. Listen, I'm going to ask you, when it comes to St. John's Pride, an incredible organization powered by such a diverse group of people that are all in it for the right reasons, which is refreshing and awesome to see. What an amazing plenary that will be happening in our city of legends and beyond, of course, during St. John's Pride Week. And so I want to know, how excited are you and your crew to be rolling through and doing what you do?
Very excited. You know, summer months and with the heat, drag is always a little bit harder to achieve by the end of the shows. You know, everything is usually gone, so that's absolutely always moist.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's probably the thing that we don't look forward to. But you know, summer season, things are a lot busier. Pride is such an amazing celebration for all queer people and beyond that. You know, and just to really be able to be comfortable expressing ourselves. And St. John's Pride, as you know, is so vibrant.
Wow.
We do so much here. You know, we have an awesome parade. We do so many great events. So I'm very excited. We have a really jam-packed schedule. We're about to announce some things in the upcoming weeks for Pride. This year, we're actually again doing the pre-parade breakfast at the Newfoundland Embassy.
Nice one.
Yeah, so that was great last year. It was a really cool way to just like kickstart everything and get everybody's energy together. So we're really excited to, you know, get into that season and to announce all of the exciting things that we have coming up for sure.
I want to ask you to make a commentary on the evolution of pride as a reality in our culture, in our city. And when you look back of where things were when we were growing up
Yes.
and where things are today, what crosses your mind?
I would say first off growth and, you know, just education. You know, as you said, times have changed so much over the past 20 years with inclusion and, you know, seeing drag, for example, as a legitimate job opposed to, you know, back in the day being a little bit more taboo and so on, right?
Sure. I'll tell you what, guys, I want to have everyone get on the Google machine, get on the social medias. I want you to follow Crystal Queer and CQ events, because they are bringing the heat, bringing all of the audacious spectacle and everything that you love, the entertainment, the fabulosity, and beyond. Will you come back again and hang out with us?
Definitely. Anytime you want me, baby, I can be here within 2 hours.
I love it. I can't wait. And that's how long it might take you to get ready.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah.
Listen, I look forward to your times
Thank
in
you.
Labrador. Get ready. Crystal Queer is coming through. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and there is a special place where we all love to be in the downtown. And there's so many special places to be, but let me tell you that the Alt Hotel is full of every emotion and beautiful thing and scenery and vibe you would ever want. And so I said, who can I bring to the couch to be talking about this amazing place we love so much? But who else but one of the owners of the Alt Hotel, the beautiful and amazing Clara.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you? So
Oh
good.
my God, I know.
So nice to see you.
Well, usually you see me when I'm sitting in the gorgeous lobby area in one of your amazing chairs or couches, click-clacking away, watching it all go down.
Which I love, as you know.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that you love that.
Yeah.
And I do want to remind of the COVID era.
Oh my God,
Where it
yes.
was me and you and an employee or two.
Yeah, and I think I told you that multiple times, but during that time, the fact that you brought a few friends also along the way to, and there's nothing sadder for a hotelier than an empty hotel.
Sure.
And to have you and other people starting to meet there, and then we have and those people have come back since then, and we've had people writing their whole their whole university work there, or we have a group of moms that have been coming since then with their kids, and then we've seen multiple other kids. And obviously all the dogs, which I love.
Of course
as
you do.
know.
Well, I know that you do. And so listen, I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you, in case you guys don't know, Germain Hotels is just this incredible family of, hoteliers that have gorgeous places across the country. What made you say, St. John's, Newfoundland?
Well, this was not me. It was my dad and my brother, actually, who are mostly in charge of the development of the business. And they, there's a lot of opportunity there. This real estate is probably the one where the Alt is probably one of the best real estate we have across Canada. So it was an opportunity not to miss. And there's only potential in St. John's. And at the time of development also, times were great economy-wise
Yeah, sure.
here. But the hotel has been really doing well, so we're very glad we're here.
Well, I'm so glad that you are, and what you have to offer under the the hood of that is beyond. From the gorgeous cafe to Tier, which is, and may I say, probably our top restaurant in the capital city.
Thank you so much.
Full
I
on.
will let my husband know.
Please do, because well, we know he's amazing. And
is,
so,
yeah.
and then the back atrium with the gorgeous greenery and the tables,
Yeah.
and then there's the decor, which is to me inspired throughout. What does it take to go from empty lot to such a curated place in our city?
I think it takes. I think we have to listen to the community we're in. Every single one of our hotels is very integrated in the local community, and it's a growing thing, because when we opened, we were inspired by local community. There's a bunch of Michael Windsor. There's a whole wall of 3,000 of his photos there of all Newfoundland. But it's like with time also. The garden when we opened was basically grass.
Yeah.
And then as we go, and then Sean Dawson built a fence there now, and we have the arch, and we have it's I think it's as it goes, and it's really the soul of the people. We did nothing. We're just this space to me now doesn't belong to us anymore. It belongs to the community, which I love.
Wow.
And sometimes it makes me cry.
Oh,
I will
wow.
admit, yeah.
Well, I
makes me
mean,
a little
it is emotional because
Yeah.
hospitality is intimate.
It's very intimate. We get to be part of people's lives, and it's something that I think is a privilege and a superpower. And you know, people come to us for so many different reasons. Sometimes they need to focus, sometimes they're mourning somebody, sometimes they're in love and they're celebrating something. And we get to have an impact on that, and it's something that is really, really cool. So I do believe we have the best job in the world.
Oh, I love to hear that.
I drank the Kool-Aid, but you know.
You are the Kool-Aid. I mean, ultimately, you know, I have to ask you, were you thinking, I'll do this or I'll do that? I'll just join the family business. Or is it more of a calling, you know?
I don't. It's a tough question to answer because I never really had a plan. So my life started in PR and in communications in Quebec and everything, and then it kind of naturally, and I didn't want to join the family business too early. I wanted to have something to bring.
Yeah.
And it's when I moved here, I think that I really went on and moved more on the operational side, that I think I really found my true calling and my passion and my ex. You know, I think, this place made me find out what kind of hotelier I wanted to be.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice.
And so I see that you do travel all around. I think that's
Yes.
important, obviously, but what brings you across the country in all the ways that you go?
So now I oversee guest experience for all of our hotels. So we have
Wowee.
19 properties now, soon 20. So I am traveling quite a bit across Canada, which is such a privilege because, you know, and plane tickets are so expensive, and it's, so, you know, we tend to go somewhere else when we travel. So I
Right.
get to move all over the country, which is amazing. Yeah.
So, you know, speaking of our beautiful country of Canada that we love, as a Canadian family business,
Yeah.
let's talk about the current landscape of conversation and how proud are you to be able to say that you are nationwide and yet care so deeply about every place that you are in our country?
Well, for us, we're very proud of it, don't get me wrong, but for us, it has been like this forever. So we have always bought mainly Canadian things. Everything is built here. We deal with local businesses. We have dealt with local businesses since forever. So it's not something that is new to us.
Right.
But we are extremely proud, and I think that it's something that people around us are very proud of as well, which is great. And our staff, our team members are, I think, also very proud to be part of the company.
I love it. Having you come up here to Kenmount Road to hang out from the A1C, I'm impressed with you.
Thank you so much. I think it's my first Kenmount Road.
Well, I mean, listen, you'll never forget
Yeah.
it. I love that meme that I want my life to be Kenmount Road, always working on
Yeah.
itself. You know, that's the funny meme. But I'll tell you what, thank you so much for
Thank
making time to
you.
come up.
Such a
All I can
pleasure.
say for anybody watching, Alt Hotel, you need, if you're in your next downtown twack, do walk in. The energy, the visuals, and the people
thank
will make
you.
you feel right at home.
It's a great team for sure. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. You come back
Thank
again
you.
and hang out with us?
Oh my God, yes.
Maybe we'll be on
Anytime.
location down there sometime.
Ooh,
Yeah,
exciting.
we'll talk about
Okay,
that.
Okay.
Guys, this is Out of the Fog. That was Clara. You know you're going to see her again, and we'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and let me tell you what, if you don't know now, you do know that the ECMAs came through, and wowee is all I can say. And who better to come hang out with me and talk about it than my man Anthony? What is going on?
How's it going?
Well, Anthony, first of all, before we jump right on into it, I want you to tell the folks viewing this little hang what your role is with the ECMAs.
I'm the director of programming. So my job starts right after the last event ends. I start reviewing the manuals, looking at work for submissions for showcasing and awards, seeing all the artists through that process, then getting the artist slate and helping put them on stages. And then the event of, if I've done my job well, then it should be a pretty fun, busy, but fun week. And I just go around ironing out wrinkles here and there, making sure everyone's copacetic.
I'm sure there's a few wrinkles to iron out here and there.
There always is, with hundreds of artists and 40 stages. And,
Well, you took it, because I'm like, stages. Let's not let the people at home think there's like a stage or two. We're talking mucho stages, mucho venues, all over the place.
Yeah. We start out Tuesday is our kind of light. We do some aficionado, like private party stuff, and then we kick off Wednesday with our kickoff party and 3 or 4 venues, and then Friday, Saturday, we're into 10 to 12 venues across the city, and then we end it all off on Sunday with a Fan Fest and the Songwriter Circle, and St. John's turned up, like Newfoundland turned up, and Labrador. The province turned up hard in a big way, and to have everyone from Atlantic Canada, like the managers who are really getting business done, and publishers and stuff from across the country join us was nothing short of special.
That's amazing. And it was you and maybe 1 or 2 people who helped make that happen? No, of course not. How many people are required on a staff level, but then a volunteer level to make the ECMAs do what it does?
Hundreds of volunteers. Literally, we need a minimum 200 volunteers to get it going. 300 is comfortable, and it's always good to have a few extra. From a staff level, there's like ECMA core staff of 6, but the contractors like Rockbound, our technical director, Danny Thomas, like stepping up in a massive way. Tony Murray, our award show producer.
The man.
Always does a great job.
And how does he make it seem so easy? He is just moonwalking through all of it, smile on his face, making it happen, and he makes it happen.
Oh yes, and their meal in front of him, laptop, smile. Hey buddy, can you give me a quick question about this award? I was like, yeah, done. He's like, cool, we're gonna move it here. And the way, it was an emotional roller coaster this year.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I mean, Mark Hiscock, rest in peace.
I can't deal with it. Still can't.
I know.
I grew up down the street from Chris Andrews in Logie Bay. Yeah. And so he's like an older brother in my life. And
he's who I want to be when I grow up.
Oh, yeah.
When I grow up, I want to be Chris Andrews.
Of course, so do I.
Yeah, it's
so
awesome. Yeah,
he's the coolest. I'll fight you for it. Yeah, no, and to see how they turned up to kick off the opening, can't with that. It's too emotional.
Be able to say and thank Bud in person was a core moment in my life. I never, music and friends, like here's the man. It was really all around special, and to go from those moments to Love It, like tearing up the stage. It was like,
I know.
How do you do that tastefully? Tony Murray knows. I just absorb.
Well, I got to say, the love affair with music is lifelong for me. What about you?
Absolutely. The event side of things I didn't get into until high school, but I never grew up in a house of any musicians, which is probably why I ended up where I ended up. Yeah. But there was always just a great love of music around. One of my earliest memories is Great Big C at the Arts and Culture Center and being blown away. And even at that time, the music was great, but the way they kind of like passed instruments around and like Alan Doyle's the man, of course, but Sean, and Bob, they all had their part. And when I was seeing it at that time, I was like, oh, this is a really cool thing. I didn't understand it as a band or whatever it was, but that idea just really captivated me, and I just knew it was like, I want to be in this environment. I want to help this environment grow. I want to be here. Whatever I can do, this is what I want to do, and it kind of sprang from there.
That's so cool. And so you said earlier that, as soon as one's done, you're off to plan the next. So, you sleep for a few days, you get up and you get right back at it. So speak to me about how much work does it take so the people know you don't just show up to venues across in the big gala and have it all just grow there.
No. We started a couple years out, and apt that I'm on Out of the Fog today, because I feel like I'm just coming out of the fog now. I'm really today being like, okay, cool, what's the next steps? But Sydney Cape Breton is the next mission, and we have great membership base there. Carlton Stone, Morgan Toney. We have board support from Debbie Mullins and Nigel Kearns. Like, we have a lot of deep-rooted connections in Cape Breton, and it's historically been a wonderful ECMA experience. And I expect that we're just going to snowball from a wonderful St. John's experience into Cape Breton. And Atlantic Canada is close-knit as it is, but it's really close-knit between those two communities.
Well, don't I know it? And so, you know, forgive me, and I'll say this, and then we'll have a laugh and move ahead quickly. When does Labrador get in its vote?
We need voices at the board. So right now we run on
interesting.
We run on a 5-year cycle. So
Okay.
we go Newfoundland, Cape Breton, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, the Halifax region, because
Right.
Nova Scotia is technically in ECMA terms is broken into Cape Breton, and then Nova Scotia as a whole, and then PEI. But yeah, I wouldn't be against it. I'm always up for rock and roll.
Well, I'm excited about it. So I'll tell you what. When I think about ECMAs and the work that you and the volunteers and the core staff have done, I am blown away. I am so impressed with everything that I partook of over that weekend. So I want to send you and everybody a congrats. And on behalf of Rogers, who was one of our big sponsors, and we were so loving that red carpet times and everything that we did to help bring that to life. And so I'm so thankful to be a part of that amazing organization. And so I'll tell you what, I want you to come back. I want you to sit with me in a few months, and we're going to hype and get everyone and get excited for what we're going to do for next year. And will you come back and hang out with me?
Absolutely.
Anthony, thank you so much, my man.
Appreciate it.
Loves. Guys, the ECMAs, we are so thankful they came through. Do check out all the highlights and the footage and the awards. Support your local artists and your East Coast artists as well. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back to wrap after this break. Welcome back, everybody. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the couch tonight here at Out of the Fog. Thank you, Crystal Queer. Thank you, Clara. And thank you, Anthony. You are amazing and hardworking, just as hardcore as our volunteers that you see scrolling through. We're so thankful to have everybody come and join us and hear all about the best and the brightest on Rogers TV. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
In baseball, there's nothing more important than making it home.
George Springer has tied the game.
Doesn't matter how you get there.
It's gone!
But I do it with style.
Boy, has he got some kind of power.
And a little swagger, too.
Because no matter where you happen to be,
Oh, what a play!
There's only one place.
Got it!
Jays fans call home.
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
Sportsnet.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
I am Gagweg. My name means everything.
Tom Longboats.
I am Wolf Clan, Onondaga Nation. I've run many different races. I've run to survive and to be free. I've run to win for honor.
His people might be lazy, but this one's damn fast.
My people respected our runners, people who carried important messages from village to village.
I need a guide to the next post. Dispatch carrier, sir. I can get you there.
God's sakes, man, slow down. Who do you think I am, Tom Longboat?
No, sir. I am.
Running makes me feel alive. It's everything.
Tom Longboat was the first Indigenous person to win the Boston Marathon. He ran his way to international fame and became an inspiration to generations of athletes.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a